Welcome to Cultural Entropy. I just finished Girl with the Dragon Tattoo today. Let me click this off. And for those of you out there that care, I do tend to kind of just go rambling about. So if you're not into spoilers, I can understand. Anyway, I did really like this book. And it was kind of funny because like the first chapter thought was done really well. The second chapter kind of veers off a little bit, and then the book kind of really starts to get under itself and it carries itself through. I am a movie person. I saw the movie for this before I read the book, obviously, and I do like going back eventually and seeing what the differences are between the two. Movie is better, if for no other reason that it is more tightly paced, and the ending it kind of is a little bit better on how it's done. Um, that would be my biggest complaint overall. The critique being that it is long. It's I think it's 600 pages long, or 590 in the edition that I had, and it kind of could have been tightened down to about half if it was really tight. Otherwise, I could see it was about 400 pages. Would have been like much better for it. Didn't need some of the stuff that was in there that they did cut out of the movie. That's why I would say overall, if I hadn't seen the movie, I wouldn't realize that it could have been tighter. Overall, I thought it was well structured. And this is one of the things from a critique standpoint. Like I said, I really like the book. I did not like almost any of the characters except for the patriarch of the family. And other than that, like he's the only like traditional type hero of kind of more paragon, faultless, I guess you could say. The two characters, the Deuteronomist and the protagonist, I think I said deuteragonist. Anyway, those two characters, the two main characters, one of them being the girl with the dragon tattoo, Lisbeth Solander, and then Michael Blom kissed whatever. Anyway, the two of them, they're not really likable characters, and that kind of hurts the story a little bit. It's not that they're not relatable; they're both very flawed, which is what allows the audience to get behind them and do their thing. But when it comes to like overall, like how much I want to like hang out with these two characters, Lisbeth is a freak. That's what her appeal is, and Michael is a little bit he is uh, very liberal, which would bring me to another point. Like the author's political ideology, especially now in this day and age, where I'm pretty actually sensitive to people's ideology being slipped into the story. It didn't bother me in this one, even though I kind of knew what it was, and it doesn't get in the way of the story overall. It's fine. And there are certain points where I thought maybe it was going to get a little preachy, and it didn't. It just does its thing, and from top to bottom, it's a good story overall. If you kind of want a plot synopsis, is about a reporter, disgraced reporter that is hired to look into like a family secret, and for an industrial magnate, and that's kind of where the story goes. And like I said, I really like the story. I'm looking into these mysteries. I am going to go pick up the sequel. Seen some mixed things on the sequel. That it's the best one in the series. I've also seen it kind of veers off in its own direction, and you may not like it. But after reading this one, I am really interested in going forward. One of the things this being a Swedish book, it is translated, however you want to say that, and it may miss out a little bit from not being in its native language. It is kind of more simple to read, which is not a bad thing. From a storytelling perspective, I didn't think the prose was necessarily like outstanding, so it does really carry itself. Not from being showy or floaty or anything those words like that. It just carries itself from having solid characters. And again, even though I didn't necessarily like the characters, doesn't mean that I didn't find them well developed. And again, there's a lot of plot going on, and it's set in a relatively realistic world that's based heavily on ours. So all those things, like yeah, it's a good solid read, and I did pick up the Blu-ray, and I do want to watch the difference. I got the Blu-ray for like $9 on Amazon, so I could tell the difference between this and the book, or the movie. And it was a good good read for about $5 on used website.